what's the bill, to pay?
I don't think AKA TV could ever afford to get behind that picture. That's a multi-million rand payday. But I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Let's get back to the.
It's just I'm just trying to get people on the possibilities of AKA TV. We're hyping right now. You know what I mean? I'm getting people excited.
More than anything, I'm excited about the possibilities that it means for us and TV channels. Like if you look at a lot of the shows that you see on TV now, I've got friends at these stations, the MTVs and the Traces and the Channel O's. But with all due respect, the shit is not edgy enough. Like like Drinks Champs. Wouldn't you like to see me sit around and get drunk and talk to two other, like 3 rappers around the table and conversate? You'd want to watch that shit, right? Like Drinks Champs, with like Nori does. You want to watch that LeBron James barbershop shit. You want to watch that type of shit, right? That is not the programming that we have on TV right now. I think there's a big disconnect between what people actually want to see on TV and what is actually on TV. And I think that AKA TV and other types of platforms, like even the one that we're on right now, Slikour on Live, those are the vehicles with which people are going to be able to see their artists in different ways. I could never light up a joint on MTV and smoke and perform, but I can do that on my channel because nobody's gonna fire me. Can't nobody fire me. It's mine. If I wanted to, I could do anything that I want. It's infinite. So I'm just more excited about the possibilities of infinity than anything else.
Yeah, I think that also, like you say, they're all our homies, the traditional platforms. Once again, there's also, I'm also speaking from, and here's something that I'm going to give to you, just for nothing. The money that we're making, or AKA TV is going to be making, from an advertising is almost like a new type of investment on mediums. So televisions, but like it's not as big as what television is making, because right now people are out there trying to watch Aspire. They're out there trying to watch, so there's still mass content that is not relevant to an audience like that's on a Slikour Live, or maybe like that'll be on AKA TV. So, but we are developing this new type of audience. So that's why, people like, yo, so AKA's got AKA TV. Don't you feel? I'm like, yo, the more we out there playing, the more I'm able to say, oh, so here's a Slikour Live, here's AKA TV. We are developing this new audience. And now you're speaking with business and they're going, oh, so now you can spread the money around like this. Because you see, if you look at SABC's got like 20 radio stations, 4 TV channels. DSTV's got mad channels because they now come in the power of numbers. So tomorrow someone's going to want to do a deal and I'm going to go, yeah, you can do it on Slikour Live. And, you want to do something on AKTV and vice versa, because the more we are actually creating new audiences and new platforms. So the more of us that are out there, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
That's how people get motivated. You know what I mean?
100%. I think that, sorry to go back to what I was talking about, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I watched this fascinating documentary the other day, the Cola Wars. You should check it out. And what it meant was, in the 80s, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were spending so much money on their advertising, trying to beat each other, that they ended up growing the entire soda industry, right?
Exactly, yeah.
That touches on what you said. The harder I go, the harder you go in terms of platforms. If we can get more platforms, if there can be whoever else wants to, go down this route. And also, by the way, hey, if there's any artists out there and you want your own ATV, holla at your boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you want your own show, you don't have to go to the channels anymore. The channel's right here. Do you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with you, and in that the more of us there are, the more role players there are, the more legit this, because this is a new industry, right?
It's a new market, new industry, new audience.
All that money, like Durban July, the Durban July is not going to happen, right? Where's all that money going to go? It's got to go somewhere. Hopefully, right here here in this pocket over here and in this pocket over here. You know what I'm saying? That money has to go somewhere. So all the live performance, the live performance industry, that money has to have gone somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's basically the thinking. Another thing I want to stress to people is when you see me on AKA TV, when you see the Super Mega Show, make sure that you understand that this is a show and you're coming to see a show, and this is the way shows are going to be for a long, long time. The more money we make, the bigger we can build the set, the bigger we can build the experience that we're giving you. I mean, you saw that the Travis Scott Fortnite joint, right?
Yeah. Shit, my son was even telling me about that. You know, and he's like 9 years old.
What I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the Travis Scott Fortnite situation, whereby it's about thinking totally out the box. Now, can you imagine the plugs you have to have? You know, the developers, the conversations, how long it took to put that together. We got to start thinking like that. You really got to start thinking out the box now. Artists, DJs, you got to start thinking out the box now, because this whole thing is going to leave you behind if you start thinking like, oh, you know, I can't wait to get through this thing, man. I can't wait to get back on stage, bro. It's not going to happen. So, you know,
I want to
put it together.
ask a question, like what I wanted to kind of give you, I keep on referring to it, but like, let me also give you something now, like the past 20 years. Looked like Facebook jumped in, and nobody knew what to do within Twitter, then Instagram, WhatsApp. All these guys, literally, even though they started by different people, literally, like when a brand says they're gonna go spend, they say that they're gonna spend on social. You know, so they say that like 50 million. So they say Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
The problem with us is that, like, and this is why I'm saying, for me, I'm like, yo, AKA TV must come to life, because now people got to go. We go and spend on culture platforms.
Right.
There has to be a name for what they say. So when if it's just Slikour on its own, we're going to spend. It's Slikour, but it's just Slikour.
So is that the word you're using for this thing? Culture platforms. That's what we call it.
Well, we got to have these meetings, and we got to give them a name. So and we got to create a rate. We got to
industry that we're creating, right?
Yeah, it's
but don't you? Yeah. Don't you think the truest thing you said this whole time was, man, imagine there were 10 AKA TVs, different ones, or 10 different Slikour on lives. I think that would definitely make it easier for us to get money.
Let me
because you see the brands they follow, like, yo, there's 10 of these things now. Oh my God. Where can we get them?
But and you know, besides even that, it's difficult for me to negotiate because I'm the only one doing this thing with business. Now, if there's a couple of us and we come together and we say, guys, tools down, it's either we're moving at this rate or not. All of a sudden, we have a strong voice. Now, the thing with artists is that's why artists are always exploited, because they don't come together and they don't have a strong voice. But if business owners are coming together, where you're a business owner with your partners, I'm a business owner, let me just throw in Skipani or whatever. But the point is that we created these things in our generation as black people, or whatever race we want to call ourselves.
Yeah.
You must remember that SABC, all these things were created by white people for their generation. We are creating for our generation. In the next 50 years, probably, or 30 years, people are going to say, oh, that shit is old, whatever we're doing right now. So what we need to do, we need to create for our generation, but not only create for our generation, create the business for our generation. So when they literally talking about, when they talk about AKA TV, or they talk about whoever else, they don't put us up against each other. But even if they speak to us individually, they know that they can't shortcut you with the cost, because they can't shortcut me, because we've already spoken. So that's the problem with artists. Artists are not business people at most times. So that's why artists can't sit together and work things out most of the times. You know what I mean? But when business people start coming together, it starts becoming bigger than AKA TV, than Slikour on Live, than whatever. It starts becoming a generational